You know, one of Trump's superpowers is something that people criticize him for, a little bit on the right, mostly on the left, as evidence of hypocrisy, which is that Trump doesn't seem very religious. You know, he's not a guy who really goes to church a lot. Obviously, he's been thrice married. He has a complex relationship with religion, let's put it that way. Trump prefers things that are more tangible. He likes to build buildings. He likes money. You know, the Trump game. I have the Trump board game from the 80s, and it says, Trump the game. It's not whether you win or lose, but whether you win. And so because of this, he talks about building the wall, cutting taxes, fixing trade deficits, very tangible things. Now we know, you and I know, there is no conflict between faith and science, that science rests on religious premises and principles, and that the smartest people in the history of the world have spent a very long time as exegetes of the Bible and apologists and defending particularly Christianity. St. Thomas Aquinas, one of the smartest men that ever lived. St. Augustine. Isaac Newton spent the last years of his life interpreting the Bible. Blaise Pascal, the inventor of the calculator, one of the great geniuses of the modern era. Georges Lemaitre, Father Georges Lemaitre, the Catholic priest who discovered the Big Bang. The man who discovered genetics. All of these people. There's no conflict between true faith and science. But there is a conflict between false faith, false religion, and science. And what the left is peddling this election is false faith on guns, on the environment, on immigration, and on crime, which puts Trump in a good position to make a tangible case to the American people. The economy is booming, unemployment is low, we have relative peace abroad, and the wall is being built. He's got to get it done, though. He's got to actually take the steps in that direction. It looks like he's doing it. He's got to keep it up through 2020. And some evidence, I'll leave you just with this. I'll leave you with Whoopi Goldberg, which sounds like a threat, but it's actually a good thing to hear. Some evidence that the left is going too far is that even for well-known liberals, well-known supporters of left-wing policies, they're saying enough is enough, stop it. We talked yesterday about how Hollywood left-wingers Eric McCormack and Deborah Messing from Will and Grace are calling for a blacklist and an outing of conservatives in town. Whoopi Goldberg, a left-winger, was asked about this on The View, a left-wing show, and in no uncertain terms, she said, this is dreadful.
Your idea of who you don't want to work with is your personal business. Do not encourage people to print out lists, because the next list that comes out, your name will be on, and then people will be coming after you. No one. Nobody. We had something called the blacklist, and a lot of really good people were accused of stuff. Nobody cared whether it was true or not. They were accused, and they lost their right to work. You don't have the right. In this country, people can vote for who they want to. That is one of the great rights of this country. You don't have to like it, but we don't go after people because we don't like who they voted for. We don't go after them that way. We can talk about issues and stuff, but we don't print out lists. And I'm sure you guys misspoke when you said that, because it sounded like a good idea. Think about it, read about it, remember what the blacklist actually meant to people, and don't encourage anyone to do it.
The polls are showing us, the candidates are showing us, the culture is showing us that the left is moving further left. This is not a cause necessarily for alarm. Obviously, in the long run, that's a bad thing. But when you look at the short term, when you look at the elections, when you look at how this could affect our politics in the near future, you see that the left is even losing dyed-in-the-wool liberals like Whoopi Goldberg. All of that is good news for us who want to restore a little bit of sanity to our culture and to our country. Hey, Michael Knowles here, and the fact is, these cigars aren't cheap. Be sure to subscribe to the Daily Wire on YouTube, because I depend heavily on your support to continue enjoying this wonderful lib-triggering life.